believe so. Right, let's get doing some work. First of all, I want to get the latest code from the Pi that is downstairs. So 192.168.0.17. Right, I want to cd into the home directory. I want to get the house.py. Whoops. This has to be a string. Grab the house.py and I want to put it onto my desktop. I'm going to call this house2.py. And there we go, it's popped up. Awesome. So we're going to play around with this because we're going to work on this OakPy unit that I'm working on. Don't need this now, so I'll just exit that. Right. So let's open this up. Where's my Python? There we go. Right, so this is the script as it currently is and working. This should all change colour in a second, as my Pi is rather busy. Temperature's a bit warm, so I'm just going to bang a little fan on to keep it cool, or cooler. Right, so this is the script, and for me testing purposes I want to stop it from taking full control of the full screen. And I also want to have my cursor whilst I'm doing some testing, so I'm just going to change that. Just going to save this and close that. Let's try and bring it up again. I like to see it in its colours. Oh dear, it's a good start, isn't it? Right, so always fun, isn't there? Right, so first of all I want to create some variables because I need some, and these are going to be strings for the temperature and also some digits. So I'm going to have two timers. Let me bring up let's bring up GIMP, because I've pre-done a layout on how I want to have my new window to be. Should have had this window on earlier, really. I was stressing over trying to get my webcam to work. I'll try it in a bit when it gets settled. Right, the program menu. Right, so basically I didn't draw it in, but there's going to be a back button up here so you can get out of it. Basically it's not going to be text there or there, it's going to be a big button that I've already made because I didn't see any point in wasting time on this stream as creating a button. Well, they're not buttons, they're going to be just PNG pictures, and then I'm going to create this layout basically. It's not going to be a white background, I just did it so that you could see the text a little bit easier. So let us get rid of that, and it's not coloured my text. Awesome. Let's just run it and see if that'll wake it up. Oh, I'm on desktop. I shouldn't be doing it there. I need to save this, and it doesn't want to be there, it wants to be in my folder. There we go. Right, so now if I run it, it should work. Oops. Oh, I forgotten to turn off the temperature sensors. So I'll just get rid of these 4 threads. Now it'll work. Oof. Right, so basically I've got my temperature sensors out there, but that's the normal set. Go away. Basically when you go into the program menu, it's not going to go into it yet because I need to assign the button. I want it to have the back button like it is there, and then the 2 buttons and the I'm going to use these spin boxes, so let's just take that off and change. I was messing about with it earlier because I don't want it to announce downstairs, because they're downstairs on the. So this is 192.168. This one should be 3. Right. So that's sorted. Right. We're going to create a, because we're going to have 2 timers for morning and bedtime, I guess. I'm going to have small m for minute, morning, and I'm going to have hours, variable. So this is going to be a variable, is equal to tk.string variable, and I'm going to set a default, so when the script runs, it's going to actually set in when I do the window to actually be this set value. If I use the mHoursVar.set, it won't do it because it's not got the it's not created yet, so I need to actually do it when it brings it on. So mDefault hours is equal to, so it works as a string, so this is really annoying because it's not doing it with the colours. How's it going? Okay so far. If only I could have this working. I want to see the colouring. This is all because of using the stream. Let's just save that. Let's try it again and bring it up from here. So I've just done it in a text editor. Never mind. Keep going. So I want to have a hour mins var equal to tk.string var for a string variable. I want to have a minutes default mins is equal to. We don't necessarily need to set this as 00 for 7 o'clock because it will put the first one when it passes into it anyhow, but either way I'm doing it. And I want to have a in morning temp variable is equal to tk.string variable, and I want to have a default for this one as well. So this will be default temp, and for the morning I'm going to set it to 20.0. Like I say, all again working as strings. So I want to have a bedtime hours variable. That's going to be a tk.string variable. So I want to have a default for this as well. So this will be b default is it, the hours equal to 23, because I normally go to bed late on. So we need another one, be mins via tk.string var and a b default mins is equal to, like I say, I don't need that, but we'll stick it in anyhow, just so I can work with it. And these defaults I might put into the actual, I have a settings file called my house settings, so I'll probably put them bits into there, so I can work with it from that. Mins, I want the B temperature variable to equal tk.string variable, and I want a default temp, and this is going to be for bedtime. We'll go with 19, just so we've got something that's different. Right, so I've created my variables that I'm going to have working with, but I want to have my hours and minutes and the temperature range that I want to have. So I'm going to create a p hours, because I'm going to share the p hours list. This is going to be a list, and basically it's going to be I'm going to do this as a list comprehension. So I for I in range, and there's how many hours in a day? It's 24. Oops, I need to set that as a string variable. And also, before I mess this up, I want to set it so it has a 0 at the beginning. So I'm going to use the .z fill. So it will put 0009 or whatever. Let's get back to end at line. That's it. And p mins is equal to and a p temp is equal to. Right, I'm just going to copy this rather than writing it all out. And obviously change the minutes to 60, but the temperatures, I need to put them in. I'm not sure how to do it. I might be able to do it, but just to get it done, I'm going to work with 16.0, 16.5, 17.0, 0.5, 18.0, everything so far, 18.5, 19, 0.0, 19.5, 20, and a 20.5. I'm not going to give a massive range, but these are just the morning and the night time, because normally when it's summer, I set the temperature on the thermostat down to about 16, so the heating doesn't normally come on like that. 21.0 and a 21.5, and we'll stick one more in. We'll do 22.0. Right, so we've got our variables that we're going to work with. Is anybody watching? No, nothing in chat anyhow. Anyhow, let's get to the bottom and create this window. So when we're in the heating menu, which is here, I want to set the program button to go to this new function that I'm going to create, and the command is equal to, and we'll call this the, what was this one? Heating underscore menu. Right, so we'll go with say prog underscore menu. So there we go. So let's go down and we'll slide it in underneath here. Right, so let's define our program underscore menu. Not going to pass any arguments into it. I'm going to set globals because I want to work with the in fact, let's just go back to the heating menu. It saves writing all this out. I want to grab all of this here, and there's just that one line I won't use, so I'll copy that, and I'll explain what this does. That was good, well done. Awesome. Right, so like I say, I don't need this line, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Done. Right, so when I set the code running, I create what's called a disp frame, which is inside of root, and basically I set it to a black background. I pack it in there so it just goes in, but when I go to a new menu it basically destroys it because I'm evil, and then I create a new one, and these are just the settings because this is a menu screen. The last time you touch, so when you go in the menu and you touch the touch screen, it saves the time, so that's what that's for, and the security menu because it's obviously not a security menu. So let's get sticking some stuff in. Right, so first of all I want to have my my background, sorry, my back button. I'm going to cheat again because I'm a cheater, but I will write all the rest of the code, I promise. Not that one from the heating menu, that's a standard one. Super, let's grab that. If it's already there, there's no point writing it out again. Right, so there we go. We'll just separate them one. Right, so we've got our back button, and it is in the position I want it to be, but obviously this is the disp frame that we're working with now, but we want to set the morning image now. So let's grab we'll call this morning img is equal to tk.photo image, and it's a file that we're working with, and it's basically called morning .png. That's all we need to pass there, and then it's morning label, because we're going to chuck it in as a label, is equal to tk.label. This is going into the disp frame, and the image that we're going to send to it is the morning image. We want to have a black background behind it, for the reason being it has transparency around the edges of the actual image, because it has curved edges, and pretty much that's it that we need to do with that. So we're just going to morning label dot grid, and this will go onto row 0, and the column will be we'll put this onto column 1 for now, so we'll just stick it in. We'll position stuff after, so that's our morning picture. But now when I want to do the spin boxes, using the grid method can be very tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sneaky, and I'm going to create a morning frame. This is going to equal to tk.frame. This is going to go into the disp frame. Don't think we need to set it as a black background, we'll see. So we need m frame dot grid, because we're using a grid at this point, but this wants to be on row equals 1, and this wants to be column 0, and this wants to span across, so we're going to use column span equals, we'll just stick it onto 2 because we've only got 2 columns at the moment. It's going to look awful, but we'll just stick it in and then we'll position stuff out. Right, so we've created our frame for our spin boxes for as time and as temperature. So let's create our first one, which will be the morning hours. We'll call this box, I guess. And this is a tk.spin box that we're going to work with. This is going to go into the m frame. The text variable that we're going to play with is the one that we've got up here. Oh, I haven't put it up there. Never mind, I'll do them in a minute. So this wants to, I want to, you know, the variables that we set earlier, the string variables. So I want this to be hours var, and the values that we're going to use as the spin box, this will be the p hours, I think I used. Yes, p hours. And we want to set a width, otherwise it'll look weird, because we want 2 digits width, because there's always going to be 2 digits being the hours, 00 or 23. So let's stick that in. So m hours box dot pack. So we're going to use pack now, which you can do because we're in an actual frame. We did use grid previously, but when you put a frame in there, you can use pack or place or whichever. So we're just going to pack this in, and the side will equal to the left. And now we've created that one, we want to have our spacer, I guess. Now we can declare it as an actual item, but I'm going to do this as an inline label. So I'm going to do tk dot label, and this will go into the m frame. The text that we're going to stick into it is basically the good old colon, and the background we'll have to set will be black. Will it? Depends on what colour the writing is, I guess. No, we won't do the background on it. Mind you, I do want to set a font, so it matches up. And we should have done the font in this one as well, actually. So I'll just stick this in here. Font equals, and we're going to use the digit font that I've got, so it matches the clock that I've got running. So we'll do the digit font in here as well. Oops, I need to, because I've not set it as a variable like I did here, so I've not set it on this one, so I'm just going to do it at the end, which you can chuck it in this way. The side equals left, so that's done. So now we want the hour morning mins, call this mins box as well because it's a spin box, equals to tk.spin box. This is going to go into that new m frame, and the text variable equal to m mins var. The values that we're going to use will be p mins. The font will be digit font, and the width equals 2 because there's 2 digits in the minutes, and m mins box dot pack side equals left. And now I want to put a spacer in there, so it puts a gap in between the time and the temperature. So I'm going to pass this in as, mind you, I can just do it the same way I did the colon one. So I'll do tk dot label, m frame is where it's going to go, and the text is equal to nothing. Probably don't even need to actually stick it in, but we want to set a width of, we'll go with 20 for now to see what that looks like, and I want to, yep, I should have done the dot pack side equals left. Oh, got a Twitter notification. Is there somebody watching, isn't it? Just check my phone. Oh, somebody just liking a comment. Is anybody watching? Ah! I'll just say hello. Hello! Build a GUI builder for TK. Someday. Right. Where am I? I'm down here. So I've created that, stuck that in. Right, so now I want to have my my temperature spin box equal to tk.spinbox m frame, and the text variable I'm going to stick in is the m temp var, and we want to use the values that we set in as the p temp. The font equals digit font, and the width equals, so we've got say 20.0, so that's 4, so we need to stick in 4. So m temp box dot pack, and the side equals left, that should be there. So let's just see how scary this looks. So we'll just run this. And then we'll sort some positionings out. Awesome. I ain't got my pictures because I've forgotten to. You need to set them as a global. So this is where is it? Back image, and the morning image, and now it should pop up. Ta-da! Right, so clearly we've got to sort some positionings out. Right, so this is dragging these over because this is set to column 0 and etc. So what I want to do is basically I need to set a position in between here so that this is column 0, put a spacer in, and then have this, and then I'll have to have spacers. It times out after 30 seconds. Stick a spacer in at the end, and possibly 2 in there, so that this will then span to the end spacer, and then it'll be in the middle then. Okay, so let's get looking at the gap here. So let's just squeeze in here. So we'll do tk.label, and this is for the disp frame because this is the main part of it. The text is equal to nothing. Probably don't need to put it in, but I keep doing it either way. I want to set the, just so that I can figure out the positioning, I'm going to set a grey background. So I'm going to set a width of, stick 5 in for now on this one. Dot grid, sorry. This is row 0 and this will be column 1. And that should be right. So because I've got that as column 1, this wants to be column 2, this wants to be column 0, spanning. Mind you, I want to put these other ones in data first, so let's just stick these other spaces in. I like to keep it in a flow, so no, I don't want them there, do I? What am I doing? I need to go above here. So tk, well, I'll tell you what, let's sneak again. Let's grab that cheeky line of code and paste it in, and we're going to stick 2 in, remember. But this is going to be, so that's column 2, this is going to be column 3, this is going to be column 4. I don't want a great width on this because I want this to work as like my, say, the padding at on the right hand side, but this one's going to be the main gap. So I'm going to increase this one to, I don't know, 15. Whoa, 15. But I want to change the colour so I can see the difference. So we'll call this one white. So let's have a look at that. Oh, hang on. Let's just span this across 5, and then it should go in between them all. Hopefully. Well, it is in the middle. That's what I want. Do you know what? Is that bang on or not? Not bad. Let's just decrease this one, just so we can see the edge of it. So I'll stick it to 2 for now, and just see what that's like. Yes, we can see an edge, so I'm happy with that. But we want that to be over here, so we'll increase this one and then it should be jolly good. So I know this one's got a greater gap now, but as soon as I make this a little bit bigger, it will compensate for that. This one, so we'll go with, we took 3 off of one, so if we put 2 on this one, and then we don't have it right up to the actual edge. And clearly we do. Let's put that to 16 then. Awkward. Yeah, we've got a little slight gap there. I'll just move it over so you can see it better. And now that looks about middle ish. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now we've got these gapped. Okay. In fact, we want to sort as morning out because I want to take a slight bit off of that so that it's more in line with the middle. So this one, I want this one to be 4. I'll just check that out, and then we might, because we've adjusted that one, we might have to adjust the bottom, these ones. So that's about middle. I'm happy with that. I'm not bothered about it being absolutely bang on. It's only a couple of pixels out, I guess. So I'm going to increase this one by 1, and then it should look a bit better. As soon as I've got the layout for this top one here, then the bottom one will be straightforward, because I'm going to use the same method. I'm happy with that gapping. Yeah, do you know what? Let's make that 18. See if we can get that a little bit more spot on. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, let's change the backgrounds to black, and then they will look cool. And the other one. Right, so now we've created our top section. I want to cheat, and I don't want that bit. I want to have all of this. So I'm going to copy this and paste it in here. So God, I wish this had its colouring. It's all because of the streaming. You need an Apple mouse. You kidding? I hate using your Apple mouse. I won't say what I call your Mac on here. I think that'd be unfair. But no, I don't want an Apple mouse. Every time you touch it, it does something weird. Right, so we've got this is all the morning stuff from here downwards. So we've got to there. That's his last bit. So this is all going to be the let's call it bedtime. Bedtime. So let's change this to bedtime as well. Oops. Bedtime. I better get this done quick, because Oliver will need his bedtime in a bit. I am in his bedroom because his drawers in his room is a perfect height to just stand and work. I wish I can get my cam working. I could try and do my camera, but it might, I say it might pause it or freeze it, because the Pi is, as you can see, 90% very busy. So that's the only reason why I don't want to do it. I want to do it, I want to be on camera, but I can't guarantee it's going to cause problems, so I'll have to skip it on this run, unfortunately. So this is all going to be basically just changing to B's, because we're working with the bedtime ones, and obviously we'll have to do these ones as well. So let's just get back to the top and work our way down. So that's the morning one, there's the bedtime one. Right, so there's the that wants to be in this frame, this wants to be in the B frame. So right, so what are B frames? And then obviously we want to use our bedtime variable. Is there any more to change? I can't see out. Let's run it and check it out. Awesome. I've forgotten to do the global for the pictures dinner. Bedtime. Well done. Bedtime image. Oh, I didn't do the yeah, well done. That's why the top ones weren't viewing, because I've got the bedtime ones over the top of them, because of the flow of the code. Basically I just need to change the rows. So the bedtime one wants to be on row 2, this one wants to be on row 3, and I think that's all I need to do. Awesome. Oh, why is that one there? Ah, well done. Must have missed that one. Yeah, there we go. That should be a B. Buzz. There we go. They match up the levels. So now I want to do some Y padding. So I'm just going to stick some padding on the this image. We'll stick it on there. So pad it equals 20, because that works top and bottom. So there's no point doing it onto the. I'll show you. If I'd have done padding there, it would have increased there, but I think if I stick a little bit more padding on these, it'll look pretty cool. Let's go with 25. That looks quite even. I'm quite happy with that. I haven't got my digits set. I should have put them in as I was going down. Morning label, this one, hours, minutes. Right, so I need to do this one. So this wants to be m hours var dot set. I want to set it to the m default hours. I need to do the same on the minutes. So m mins var dot set. There we go. M default mins. And we need to do the temperature, because we want to have it set. M temp var dot set. This will be m default temp, if I could spell it. Cool. I'll need to do these ones as well, otherwise these won't get set. So b hours var dot set. This will be b default hours. Forgot why hours are working then. Here we go. B mins var dot set. This is b default, and this is the mins, and then the last one, b temp var dot set, and this is b default temperature. Cool, there we go. And I've got a million spaces. I'll do. And now we should have them default variables that we set. And there we go, 7 o'clock in the morning. I want it to be 20 degrees. No doubt my wife will put it up at some point, because I'm not normally in. There's always somebody in the house, and that's why I've only set a morning, and wow, got a morning again. Just noticed. Bedtime. Morning. I should have woke up by now, shouldn't I? There we go. Bedtime. So midnight. You can't get to midnight upwards, so you'd have to go down. So we can set all those times. And what I want to do is, when you then click back, it goes to this. I want to change that to, so it goes to the heating menu. And then when you actually do the so if I go back, it goes back to this bit where you want to be. So if I go back in, so if I set any of these, obviously it's not going to go down anymore, but if I set these, when you click back, I want it to actually get all that information and then go to this. So I'm just going to create a quick and dirty function just to capture all of that. We'll stick it here. This will be called, I might need to charge my keyboard up. What should we call it? Get program. Yeah, we'll go get prog. No, get program timer. Yeah, we'll go with that. So basically, I want to. I'll have to global everything in as well. So I want to. I should have to. So I need to create a string to set as the. Excuse me. Global morning timer. Okay, so we'll class that as that, and we'll have a bedtime timer, I guess, rather than bed timer. So morning timer is equal to, it's basically going to be a string, so it'll be, and we'll pass in as a, we could do a format string, or an F string, but we'll go with a format string. So we'll set it this way. So we want that, that one. So that's that basically, and we want to dot format, and this wants to be the morning hours var dot get, and it should be as a string, but just in case, let's just stick it in anyhow. Whoops, jumped too far. And then the next one will be, we'll stick the string in as well. So there should be morning mins var dot get, and pass that in as that, and close that off. So that should be the time as in hours and minutes. So that's, we don't really want to have that as that, do we? Morning timer, yeah, we'll go with that. We'll have a morning temp as well, and we'll also need a bed time temp. Okay, so this is going to be same sort of thing, so I'm just going to grab all of this line, copy that, and paste that there, and this is going to be bedtime timer. This will obviously be a B and a B, and we want to grab our morning temp equals, and then as a string, but it should be as a string, but we'll pass it in anyhow. We don't need to format this one in anywhere, so there should be morning temp var dot get, and we want to have our bed time temp equals to a string, and this will be bed temp var dot get, and there we go. And then when it's done that, we want to then go to the heating menu function. So we need to go to this function instead of the heating menu. So if I paste that there, it should save it. Wow, oh, I shouldn't have done them as that, should I? I didn't think about that, did I? No, because I'm working with them default values, and when you go into the program, it's going to set them as that. Yeah, awesome. So this one wants to be default temp. This one wants to be bed default temp. But this wants to be, I'm going to have to change these bits here. This is the morning timer, so this will be used in the show time function that checks the time all the time, and then, well, I'll show you what I mean. I've gone past it. There we go. So this is the, I should have had these other way around, shouldn't I, really? Let's cut this out. So cut that and stick it in under here, and change that to an elif, and then it is in the correct order. Ta-da! Right, so if morning timer is equal to, we're checking against the seconds there. Yeah, we should have we'll stick them on after, but this wants to be bed time timer, and then again we'll stick the seconds onto it, because we're not going to be that precise, are we? Who has the heating set for seconds? They have it for hours and minutes. So I need to sort that out, and I need to fiddle around with, here we go. So this wants to have zero zero on the end, basically. Sorted. Cool. Right. So they are sorted for triggering the temperatures, but we want to set this in more better. So we've got this one, and we've got the other bits as well. So we can do this underneath. No, we'll do the morning ones, and then we'll do the bedtime ones. Right, so we want the M default hours to equal the, let's make sure it is a string, might as well, the, excuse me, move, let's grab that, that's got rid of that box now. So we want that to be there, and then we want the M default mins equal to string, just to be on the safe side. M default mins why have I wrote it out again? Var dot get. Oh dear. This wants to be default hours is equal to, make sure it's a string, this wants to be hours var dot get. Yep. And then this one wants to be default mins equals string mins var dot get. It's really off-putting when you can't see the colours of the functions and all strings and everything. It's like I'm writing a novel, it's just text. Never mind. So that should stave. What's stave? That should save the. So man, I haven't set it as a global. I'm working with up here. Where are you? There we go. Right. Yeah, stick them on end. So morning timer and the bedtime timer. Looks alright. What? What? Morning timer is not defined. Have I misspelt something or something? That didn't work either. It could be because this has had a problem. Oh dear. The joys. Mind you, I should have set them all as, because these are working as a local variable, so I need to stick these in. So I'll stick this on the lower next line. I should have cottoned on about this earlier. Default hours, wrong key. Default mins, default temperature. Yep. We'll stick it on under here. B default hours. B default. Which one did I do? Means and B default temp. So that's setting the global variables up, and then we're going to the heating menu. So I think that is probably going to sort that out. No. Morning timer equals that. Right, what's the big issue? Morning timer. If morning timer, which is set to a string, so it should be okay. To that. Morning timer is not defined. Function. I did do it as a global dinner. Morning timer. Ah, I know why. What a wally. I need to actually set this as a default thing, because it's doing it before it's actually created here. Martin, you should have picked up on that sooner. Right. So, and I've got all these set, but they need to be used anyhow because they are for the spin boxes. So I want morning. Missing out my first key. Morning timer is equal to, and we'll set this as our, so it corresponds with the default hours and minutes, etc. So that's that, and then we want our bed time timer to equal. We have that on set for there we go. Now it will work. There we go. We've not got that silly red writing that we all hate. But let us change these to something else. So they're all changed. Let's freeze in bedtime and we'll get nice and warm during the day. So now I should save all of them. If we're going, ta-da! It's saved all the data. Awesome, awesome, fantastico. Right, that's it for this video. This stream, I should say. I do apologise. Sorry for the mistakes as I go along the way. This is how I do all my videos. You see all the mistakes and the silly noises I make when I make them. Let's see if there's anybody around. Just Grant, I guess. Oh no, there's 3 viewers, possibly. Right, so then install a material theme. Awesome. Syntax highlighting then. It should have done it. I think it's only because it's on the running on this stream that it's caused the problem. It's gone over an hour as this stream. I didn't expect it to be rather quick, but let me just see if I can get my webcam on. Let's just drop that down and try and do it. Like I say, I did try to have it on before I went live, but it kind of freaked out. Is it there now? I'll soon know when my mouse stops. Because as you can see, my Pi's a bit busy at the moment. It's quite cool because I've got a little fan blowing on it. I don't want PyCharm neither. You can keep your PyCharm. I'm happy with my IDLE shell. Why can't I get my window up? Where's my camera? It's plugged in, isn't it? Let's try it again. Cool. I guess I'll have to get the 8 gig Raspberry Pi to see if I can get a live stream going and a webcam. Never mind, I guess. Right, so I'm going to wrap up this stream. I'm going to end it. I do thank you for watching. Much appreciated. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you're still there. Okay, right. Thank you for watching. Please like if you liked this video. If you found it useful, do share it, because that's what it's about. Collaborate and spread the Python code love, I guess. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And if you're not, why aren't you? Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed doing it. So at least I've done something live. It's a shame I didn't get my webcam on, but hey ho, I guess maybe in the future I will do. Right, see you later. Catch you in the next one.